All right, guys. So today we went through how to find the mean, variance, standard deviation of a probability distribution, as well as what the expected value is. So the steps to find the mean, we first multiply each random variable by the probability, and then we just sum up all the products that we get from that multiplication. For the standard deviation, the first step is we need to find the mean. We subtract the mean from each random variable, so x minus the mean, square each value, then multiply by the respective probabilities. We sum up all these products. This is our variance. And then at the end, we have to square root the variance to get our standard deviation. So the process, as we talked about, is very similar to when we did variance and standard deviation of a random data set, a numerical data set. And the expected value is basically if we picked a random whatever from the population, what would be our expected number that we will get at the end of it. We'll talk about this a little more and show you a few examples. So I'm going to go through and to find the standard deviation of this data set. So the first step, as we talked about, is find the mean. So how do we find the mean? Well, first we multiply each random variable by its probability, right? So x times the probability of x. So this would be my column D2 multiplied by this cell E2. Oh, there we go. You can just autofill, or you can click this blue square, drag it down. The next step is we sum up these probabilities. So sum of these. So this right here is my mean. This right here is my mean. And I will highlight this in, let's do blue. All right. So second step, subtract the mean from each random variable. And our random variable here is x, right? So we have everything from 0 to 5. So I'll do it here, x minus the mean. My x here is at D, and I want to minus the mean, F8. Now remember that when we drag this down, we don't want the 8 to change, right? We don't want to add F9, F10. So we will do $8. Instead of doing this, you can also just type in 1.88. Both ways work. I'm just going to do $8 and drag it down. The next step is we want to square each value. So this value, we want to square it. So x minus mean squared. So that's equal to this cell, h2 to the power of 2. Again, autofill or click and drag. Now our next step is multiply each value by its respective probability. So that means that we want to multiply this 3.53 by 0.2, right? And so this would be equal to this multiplied by P of x. In Google Sheets, that would be equal to I2, so 3.53 times 0.2, which is in E2. Again, autofill, click and drag, whichever works. Now we can sum the products in the previous step to find our variance. So let me sum all of these. And so this here is my variance. Let me just highlight this. I'll put this in yellow. And to go from variance to standard deviation, I need to square root. So to square root, it's equal SQRT. And we got our standard deviation. Let me highlight that purple. So you can do this for every probability distribution. As long as you fill in your x, your probabilities, and follow this process. Let's move on to expected value. So let's say we have 500 raffle tickets at $5 each. And if I buy one raffle ticket, how much money should I expect to gain? So this is kind of a question that regards expected value, right? How much do I expect to gain? So let's look at some of a few options here. So a ticket is sold for $5. And the first prize, let's say I win the first prize. I will get $1,000, but I already paid $5. So my gain is actually only $995, not the full 1,000, because we paid $5 for a ticket. The next prize is $500, again minus 5, so we actually get 495, sorry. Third prize, we get $100, again minus 5, $95. For $50, minus 5, $45. And if we don't win, so we just paid for an empty ticket, we actually get negative $5, right? So we lose $5. Now for the probabilities, so there's only one first prize ticket. If there's only one first prize ticket, then the probability is one ticket out of 500 total, right? So it's equal to 1 divided by 500, which is 0.002. Second prize, we also only have one prize. So again, 1 divided by 500. Third prize, same thing, 1 divided by 500. But for the 4th to 10th prize, we have 6 tickets, right? There's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. That's actually 7 tickets, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, that's 7 tickets. So realistically, this will be equal to 7 out of 500, because there's 7 prizes that you can win over 500, not 200. Over 500 tickets total. I'm not going to autofill. And for the no wins, it would be the rest of the tickets, right? If there are 10 prizes, that means that there are 490 prizes that are not winning, right? So this would be equal to 490 divided by 500. The other way you can do this is 1 minus the sum of the rest of them, right? This would give you the same answer. Because if you remember, if we add these all up, let me just check. If we add up all these probabilities, we should get 1. So we can confirm that we did this correctly. Now, to get the expected value, we need to find the mean. So in a lot of sense, the mean is the same process as we've done, right? So x multiplied by the probability of x. So that's equal to E2 times F2. And that gives me our set. So let me also sum up all of these. and we get an expected value of negative 1.1. So this means that if I buy a raffle ticket, I can expect to lose about negative $1.1 per ticket that I buy, which makes sense, right? Most of the prizes will not be winning. And so you can generally expect to lose money if you buy a raffle ticket. So this is how you can use Google Sheets to make your homework easier. Again, your homework has a little bit more random variables, so you might have to extend this column down a little bit. But otherwise, the process is exactly the same. And you will be able to use this for the test. I am allowing you to use Google Sheets as a tool. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or talk to me in class. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.